Hey guys, my name is Ryan and welcome to Overwatch Central, and I believe the first bit of actual gameplay on YouTube of the new hero Ashe. Ashe was announced at BlizzCon along with her counterpart Bob, who I'm sure we'll see quite a lot of in this video, and this gameplay comes to us courtesy of AlphaCast, who is currently streaming playing Ashe right now on his Twitch. You can find all of that in the description below. Alpha's given us permission to use some of this footage, so I did want to highlight some aspects of gameplay. But thanks again, AlphaCast, I definitely owe you a drink the next time that I see you. It's worth adding that there's no matchmaking in this at all. It's BlizzCon, so whoever's there plays regardless of rank. And also, this isn't Alpha's setup, isn't his sensitivity. And also, I imagine that it's quite tense to play on stage and stuff on the new hero, so I guess what I'm saying is don't judge the gameplay too harshly. I know a couple of people did that last year with Moira and High Score Heroes. But yeah, this is the new hero, Hero 29, that was announced at BlizzCon. Again, a hero that nobody really expected. The leaks were kinda off, but still fairly close for what they were. I was hoping that Bob would be a standalone hero, and Echo also looks amazing. If you didn't catch the video that Miska did going over all of Ashe's abilities, then I'm going to quickly gloss over them now. Her main weapon is the Viper. It's a semi-automatic rifle that fires quick shots. You can use it without scope, but it actually does more damage when you aim down the scope. So not only does it give you a more precise shot, it also does more damage, definitely worth knowing. Her E ability is Dynamite. She throws an explosive that detonates after a short delay, or immediately when shot. It lights enemies on fire, dealing damage over time. So this is a dot effect that you throw out, and after a couple of seconds it does blow up, but if you can shoot it in the air or on the ground, you can blow it up a little bit more prematurely. There's a really interesting interaction that I want to highlight, is when the dynamite blows up a little bit too close to Ashe. I don't know if the Genji kinda deflects it, but both the Ashe and the enemy Genji set themselves on fire. I can't wait to test out all of the interactions for this hero. But speaking of which, what do you guys think of Ashe? Do you really like her? Do you think you'd be playing a lot of her? And what kind of weird interactions do you think are going to be happening? For example, do you think you can nano boost Bob? That's the only question that I have on my mind right now, but we'll go over the other ability, which is the Coach Gun. This is a shotgun with a bit of a kick. It knocks the enemy away and also propels you backwards, so you can use it to knock away a Doomfist or Genji or D.Va that's trying to jump on you. And it also acts as a disengage. You can use this ability as well to jump onto high ground like a little rocket jump, if you so choose, so a lot of utility coming from this ability. And her ultimate is Bob. She summons her trusted Omnic sidekick B.O.B, who charges forward and knocks enemies into the air, and then lays down suppressing fire with his arm cannons. There were a lot of Bobs in these games, as you're seeing on screen, but now I kind of wanted to highlight some of the things that I spotted in this gameplay. Most of the games came onto Rialto, Route 66, and a little bit of Horizon Lunar Colony. And as I said, there's no matchmaking in this, so a lot of the games were kind of just, you know, the payload not really going very far, or Alpha just talking to the developer, both in French. It's really hard to know what exactly they are saying, but I still think that the interactions are quite cool, and it's a skill-based hero. At the end of the day, I think a lot of players that have good mechanical aim and a good quick wit on them, for example those that play a lot of Ana, are really going to be engaged with what Ashe can bring to the table. I think the Dynamite's going to be really good against stuff like Goats Comp. This is all just pure speculation, I haven't played the hero myself. Just being able to throw it in an area where there's a lot of people close together, they all take damage over time if they're affected by the fire damage. But I just love the sort of subtle nuance of having a weapon that does more damage if you scope in and having that required aim. It's effectively a sniper that has a lot of close range capability, and having a disengaged knockback ability to keep yourself alive. I think that you have Ashe being this really good all-round hero, but I think the thing that people have highlighted very acutely is that there's already like McCree and Soldier in that area, both of which are really struggling to get into the meta. So Ashe, so to quote what my friend One Amongst Many said, who most of you know, Ashe might do to McCree what Doomfist ended up doing to Reaper. Just the pound for pound, she's just a better hero than McCree, which would suck. I'll be really interested to see how Ashe synergizes with the rest of her team. It's very difficult to tell from these sort of games, but just watching the gameplay in the background, it's really interesting. But I do want to highlight how Bob the Ultimate does get used in a lot of these cases. You see the good example of how the Coach Gun and the Dynamite can be used, and how Alpha's doing a really good job of being able to quick scope a lot to get the most optimal damage going. I think a lot of players are going to be able to pick her up and do quite well with her straight off the bat, and I'm really excited to see her in the game. Whilst we're sort of in a bit of a lull with gameplay, what do you think of the other BlizzCon announcements like Diablo or mobile? Like, I don't even know what to say to that. And also, at the time of recording this, the United Kingdom are 2-1 up against the USA. So with any luck, we win that match. Otherwise, you know, I've completely jinxed myself. And this video might end up being not very timeless. But I really like this hero. I was hoping to see maybe 2 heroes at BlizzCon. I know that we weren't getting a new map, but I figured that maybe having a couple of heroes wasn't too much to ask. But then again, I wouldn't say that I'm very disappointed. I think we were all expecting quite a quiet BlizzCon, not only for Overwatch, but for stuff like World of Warcraft, Hearthstone. Diablo, I think people expected more, to be honest. I certainly did myself. Diablo 4 would have been great, but even just a Diablo 2 remaster. But Warcraft Remastered, I am very much looking forward to. Hopefully you guys are understanding how she plays in the team and how well she suits into that DPS lineup. I think there's some really cool things that you can do with a hero. She's going to be really good in chokes. She is effectively the be-all hero. And there's an example of Bob just running into a wall and exploding, narrowly missing out on Alpha that's done a really good job on holding this point with his team. Myself personally, I don't expect I'm going to play too much of the hero, but I've never really been much into the DPS characters myself. I also want to highlight the trend of heroes that have come out since Brigitte. She was meta changing, a very divisive hero that not a lot of people like, but since then we've had stuff like Wrecking Ball and now Ashe that are very high skill based heroes. I don't think Ashe is massively difficult to get your head around, but I can't wait to see what the pros do with her, be all and end all. Like, Alpha is a really good player, but in an actual team with synergy, I think players like him and other really good DPS players are going to do some serious work on her. What I really like about Ashe is the fact that she's very plain and simple. She requires a lot of aim, as she should do in an FPS game, but there's no passive, there's no special ability that makes her unkillable. She's just incredibly straightforward, has a lot of impact, but also requires a lot of skill to use it. And if she can translate what Ana does really well in the support category to the DPS category for that hit scan role, I think we have a very meta and powerful hero on our hands, and I can't wait to see it. But hopefully you've enjoyed the gameplay in the background, so if it's a bit rambly, I am just very excited to see this hero, see her on the PTR, try out interactions. But what do you want to see? What do you sort of expect with the interactions? Do you think if you nano boost Ashe while she's ulting, it will also nano boost Bob? Those kind of areas, I'm really interested in getting your feedback on that. And enjoy the rest of the announcements at BlizzCon. We'll be covering this, so let us know what you think. And also, do say thank you to Alpha in the comments below. Really appreciate it that you let us have this dude. But thanks for watching, take care, we'll see you next time.